Okay, so that turned into a slightly more exciting fight than first anticipated. What is up, everyone? It's Eternal here with some Raid Shadow Legends, and I'm doing a guide today. The guide is going to be on Tormin the Cold because I've had a little bit of time to play around with him. This is all pre-nerf, so I might have to do another video post-nerf just to see what the changes are, how it really affects him, and, you know, is he still good? Basically, in a nutshell. You probably already know his skills, but Fire is the real bread and butter for this guy. So he attacks all enemies, then he's got a 15% chance of placing the freeze debuff for 1 turn, which is really strong. This instantly activates whenever somebody who is under a freeze and a HP burn takes damage from the HP burn. So if the whole enemy team's frozen and you've got burns on 2 of them, when they take that burn tick on their turn, he has a 15 or whatever chance when booked to actually land that. Really, really strong. His Iceberg Crushes A2 is an ability that will remove all buffs off the enemy, but he'll actually steal them if he'll actually steal them if they've got a freeze on them. Now, he'll also ignore their defense if they have a HP burn and a freeze on them. So this can hit really hard. And this guy's all about HP burns and freezes. And there's a lot of synergy. The Blizzard Rage is basically an AoE, block buffs and heal reduction if they've got freeze on, and it's a taunt if they haven't got the freeze on. Decreases the cooldown of 1 random skill for each ally by 1 turn for each enemy attacked under a freeze and a HP burn, so you can drop the cooldown of some of your ally skills too. Then we've got his passive, and this has a 15% chance of placing a freeze debuff on each enemy when they receive a buff, they're healed, or the turn meter is filled. Now, the 15% chance applies to each of these individually, so if all 3 of those happen, or 2 of them, you're getting that 15% chance. You know, it's like rolling 3 dice and trying to get a 6. And if one of them gets a 6, they freeze. That's kind of how I see it, at least. And also revives this champion with 100% HP when killed and places a freeze debuff on Tormin himself. And you can get that down to a 4 turn, and I would recommend getting that down to a 4 turn if you've got the books and you're happy to invest in him. Now, he is a great champ, and I'm going to go over his masteries very quickly and kind of my reasoning behind them. They're not perfect, okay? This was just, I believe I've got a reset. Yeah, I've actually got a reset on this guy, so this is me just doing his masteries the first time. I would definitely pick up Shield Breaker instead of Keen Strike. It's so much stronger and it's got a lot more synergy, but he's obviously a defense character, so this attack is completely useless. I just wanted to pick up Whirlwind of Death, get a bit of speed on him, Cycle of Violence, just cooldowns, etc. Increases damage done targets under stun, sleep or freeze. Most of your enemies are going to be under freeze a lot of the time, so that's helpful. I've gone for Blood Shield, but you could certainly pick up Kill Streak. And yeah, I think Blood Shield's Kill Streak is going to boost damage if you're killing those enemies, but Blood Shield potentially giving you a little bit of a shield, which is more valuable with your high defense too. Now, I've gone for the defense tree instead of the support, and that's because I wanted this fearsome presence down at the bottom, which is really strong with Tormin, because it increases the chance of placing a stun, sleep, freeze, or provoke. So the provoke and freeze are both going to be really optimal for this guy. I've kind of gone down the fairly standard route. I picked up res instead of defense, so I can go over here and pick up improved parry and wisdom of battle. So you can potentially place a blocks debuff on Tormin for on this champion for 1 turn when stun, sleep or freeze expire. So if any of those are expiring, then you're probably going to come up against a lot of freezes and potentially stuns in Arena too, so very useful. You could also go Mighty Endurance, so you do have the option of picking up some more defense, going Mighty Endurance, skipping out on improved parry and perhaps taking a Wisdom of Battle, but I've gone this way and But yeah, obviously this is a guide. It's not a be-all end-all by any means. So picking up healing and value of shields received. Resurgence really nice because you can actually remove the freeze that he places on himself when he revives. Delayed death, just reducing some damage, a little bit of mitigation. Retribution is really strong. Getting counter attack with his A1 is really great. And I've picked up deterrence as well to try and get more counter attack. So more counter attack opportunities, and then of course fearsome presence at the bottom for that freeze and provoke chance. Now, in terms of stat priority, you're really going to focus on accuracy and defense. They are the two most important stats for this guy, but obviously as he's an arena character, resistance is very useful too, and you do need at least a moderate amount of speed. Now, because the meta seems to be shifting a little bit, I've not played Raid in the past few days, so I could be incorrect in this, but I'm guessing the meta is going to be exactly the same when we go to Arena with Tormin. I wouldn't really use Tormin anywhere else particularly. He did actually help me get through Nightmare Campaign with my AoE HP burn character Venus, so that was nice just to 3-star that out. Very useful there, but I would say he's generally going to be an arena character with some usability in dungeons, but this is certainly not his focus, so I'm not going to make a video on the aspects and the areas that he's not really made for, in my opinion. So, you know, I've actually gone for some defense boots on him because I wanted to get as much defense as possible, and as I was saying, speed it's important. I've got him to 175, but you're going to hit so much harder with defense, and if you can somehow get his crit to near 100%, you're going to see a lot more damage there too. So crit is, I wouldn't say it's essential, but it's going to be kind of useful and kind of nice. Now, in terms of gearing him and what sets to use, you do have a few options. I don't think that there is, well, there might be a best option, but I don't know exactly what it is. Frost is pretty good because you've got that synergy. You could even go for shielding, you could go for immunity, and in fact I might try him in an immunity set and see how he gets on there. Yeah, there's a few options, like taunting you could try him in. I don't really have a lot of that, unfortunately, because Ice Golem is disgusting. You could maybe even try him as Stalwart just to reduce that AoE damage, but I think you're probably going to get more from Frost, immunity, or taunting. But with that said, I'll give you a quick look at his stats and how I'm running him. So 175 speed, 5.2k defense, and 260 accuracy. And I'm going to take him into Arena now. I'm just going to get stuck in, see what we've got. I'm actually going to run him as lead to try and get some more defense. Because there's no Tormin on their team, I can run an Arbiter for that turn meter boost. However, if I come up against the Tormin, you'll probably see I don't rock the Arbiter generally, unless I really need some buff removal. So, Dark Shroud up. I'm going to try and taunt these guys and gals. He hits pretty hard, so, you know, really, this kind of matchup's pretty easy. Get the HP burn on there. Really straightforward. Especially against teams such as this. Pretty much a wipe, you know, that's maybe not the best example of using him. I think these are all easy wins. I'm just going to clean these up and then see if I can get some nice, slightly more interesting battles. Oh, okay. That's more interesting immediately. Woo! Woo! There we go. You need a HP burn. You need a time out. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that turned into a slightly more exciting fight than first anticipated. HP burn. He's back up because of his A3. Very strong ability. Oh, wow. So you will see fights that are a little bit more interesting as that. Like, you know, that could have gone. Well, I'm not going to say it could have gone either way, but It's a little bit more interesting. We've got HP burn synergy here with Trunder and Venus. Not sure what this will be like. But because of Gorgrab boosting there, as you saw, I got those burns off, and that really makes a difference. Just using Blind Seer to try and... I'm going to try and freeze these guys. No, you know what, it's fine. Taunt. Taunt is good because then Venus won't HP burn. And that's pretty much it. There we go. Keep cleaning up. Come on. I could maybe... Oh, Arbiter actually won there. The speed race there. Just thinking I could actually go for a speed lead here. Maybe. Some of these matches. And there we go. I don't know if these fights are the best example. I think I'm potentially a little bit stronger than most of these teams, so this could be interesting. Shazar is actually... In fact, I might, for this match, actually go speed lead. I think I need to win this race, ideally. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, Shazar with the freeze on him is pretty good. Oh man. Oh no. I'll remove some of those buffs. Burn on you already. Tormin can go now, that would be great. Okay. And that freeze is just so strong there. Freeze is actually kind of countering the what's her name there? I can't even remember her name. Wow. This is a defensive lineup. I think I'm going to try something a bit different. Miscreated Monster unfortunately doesn't work fantastically with Tormin because there's a... If you take the is it the Resurgent? So if you take the passive that I've taken on him for the counter-attack potential, steal all of those. A lot of buffage. Lots and lots. Increased defense on Tormin, which is really strong. But if I use It's Alive now, Resurgent and It's Alive don't seem to like each other. I don't really know why, but it doesn't really work. Let's see if I can. So what happens is that Tormin actually ends up feared, I think, which is kind of stupid, but yeah, I'll try this. So stun them. Get some of that shield down. She's gonna steal his buffs. Probably want to take out these two. Pretty sharpish. Ah. Well, right. Get out of here. So Block's debuff is a really strong buff in this current meta. Wow. Yeah, Zargala hitting pretty hard there. But you can see Tormin actually removed. Oh man. I don't know how this is going to go. Not very well. I can get that. I can beat those guys. So I think swapping out. Maybe I just go for the race. Maybe take Blind Seer out. Or just go for the double revive. Try this. Go for the speed race. Won the race. There we go. So Razin is kind of useful in this. Man, can we get a Tormin? Can we get a Tormin in here? He's defense based, so I want to drop. Really want to drop that damage. Turn meter boost into HP burn. Wow, this squishy. Squishy. It's currently the 2 times yeah, right. 2 times ancient rates, so you probably see people talking about defense and probably want to remove counterattack. Try this. Don't really know if this is right, but that's what I'm doing. Deal with him on. Yeah, Hedgie going down. Cool. But the resist from Razin's really nice. It works. Oh, there's a Tormin. So probably want to drop that. Blind Seer will be good to actually stop the poisons from this guy. So in which case do I want more defense? Because he's going for a crit there. Try this. You're going to want to change your setup and switch it up a little bit. Now, you'll see, I'll probably end up freezing a few of my characters here. This Tormin's actually quite squishy. But I've got lifesteal gear on like these 3, I think, so take that. Brask is a really interesting choice in this current meta. I don't think he's the one. There's so many heals. It's like it's a bit much. We'll get rid of Bad L. That makes sense. He's got a lot of team-wide healing. So he's kind of gone for like 3 healers and the Tormin. So it's like a very sustained setup. All you have to do is just pick people off and just kind of out sustain, really. It's kind of tough being on the defense. Like, you're probably always going to lose unless you've got a really top tier defense. Drop his defense. Counter attack. I've got the block buffs on. Number 1. Probably could have saved that and tried to go on for the. Still got another turn on it. It's fine. But you see, proccing his counter attack because he's frozen. He's not able to, so that's kind of nice. The HP burn on, that might actually finish him off. There we go. So that was a Tormin versus Tormin lineup, but obviously his not being the best, unfortunately for him. Now I think I might try something like this. Yeah. Let's see. That's Sir Nick and Abbess. That might be quite annoying. Trying to think. Spiders decrease defense. I think I actually want to play Razin for the resist here. Just try and shrug some of those abilities off. I'll pop the. Oh no! Of course he's got blocks. Oh no! Oh no! Still reduce the turn meter though. Wink. And so they've got blocks, debuffs. Okay. So all I can do there is really go for a little bit of turn meter reduction. Try and get a little bit of damage on there. Direct. See if I can remove some of those. And I guess I just start trying to pick this guy off maybe. Oh man. The damage. Ugh. Unkillable. So she's gonna get a go. And I think my Venus is faster. I'm gonna go for the revive here. She'll probably pick her off. Yep. The HP burn gonna make a difference. Oh no. He froze me. Okay. Didn't manage to get rid of any of the buffs. If I can take her down, she's doing most of the damage. Well, we're both doing it. Oh my god. Alright. Wow. Okay. Maybe. See, you get some interesting matches like this where, like. How do I want to play this? Maybe I just go for like a Nuki setup. This is a bit weird. I have not tried these two together, so I don't know how this is going to work. Okay. Okay. Well, that's kind of a weird hybrid setup there. Does that work? Is that a thing? Like, obviously against Tormin this is a kind of a garbage setup, but well, if it works, right? It's interesting because Tormin counters them if they're faster, but Ithos lets me go. Yeah, it's interesting because I'm kind of going for a nuke here, but if they beat me in the speed race, yeah, this is interesting. So just discovering new. I mean, obviously, like I said, against a Tormin team, this isn't going to work because Arbiter's speed boost. You'd have to be running like a really fast team naturally. So ordinarily wouldn't work, but if you start seeing a little bit of a dilution, this might be this kind of setup is more than Gold 4 viable. We're really talking about Platinum here. I've got to get to 4,000 now. It's creeping up, as you can see. See, throws their team off completely. So this is nice at a slightly lower stage actually, because you're countering anyone that's just going pure speed. Like you see Morley and Skull. Oh wow! But then, so it's, yeah, it's weird. It's kind of. I just burn them, and then. Woohoo! Okay. Okay, good. Does the job, you know? Can't complain. Right, are there any more teams that look... That could be interesting. Mountain King. It's fine. It's a bit of a speed race. This should be okay. Let's go for the speed. The decreased defense is very strong against these lot. And then see what I can pick off. Very tough. Okay. I go for the revive. Get that next turn. Take some of these buffs off. Kind of go for clean up here. Does the job. Interesting setup. Bombs. Bombs are interesting. Now, if you're against a lot of bombs, what you'll probably do here is swap Ithos out. Well, unless Ithos just completely wrecks them, of course. That's fine, but yeah, if you, we're kind of entering a meta where bombs are really good because they go straight through defense. I think I want to kill off Arbiter and Morley first, and then whittle them down. So I'm not going for a speed boost, but the ally aura will be nice here. I'll try this. I'm going to try the same team and see how this works out. So she's boosted there. Wow, okay. It's the issue with running on auto. Okay, well... Provoked. Interesting. Like running out on auto. throw my turn order out there. Just trying to remove some buffs. Taunt. No, I want to drop a burn, I think. And then Ethos can... Oh! Well, if Ethos gets a chance to lay the pain, that would be cool. Do I buff? Nah. Too risky. Drop his defense. Turn meter boost is still strong, but no, he can't counter attack. I can end up frozen, but not really the end of the world here. Okay. Because if I know I'm at least avoiding the counter attack, it's not so bad. I pop that burn on there. Shoot. There we go. 21 and 25. Respectable damage. But yeah, so that's gold 4 at the moment. Obviously, platinum's going to be a little bit different. I think this team can probably push into low plat, maybe kind of in the 300 to, I don't know, 250 range. I don't know if it would go much higher than that, if I'm honest. Depends what you're against, right? You can't really know what you're against, so unless you're really at the tippity top and you know exactly what you're against, and it's a little bit tricky. But like I was saying, the Shazar making an appearance is quite scary. Because bombs go through defense, so it doesn't matter how high Tormin's defense is, you can, plow straight through that defense, and if you don't build his HP up, you're going to get hit for some pretty hefty bombs. So bombs might be the thing. I think it's nice to see this meta change because it's not just strictly speed now, it's a little bit of a mix, a little bit of gameplay there, and I hope you've enjoyed that. So it's, a little bit different, and I'll certainly be doing a video after he has been nerfed or adjusted or whatever you want to call it, tweaked. But that's him in his current form with those stats and that team. So let me know what you think. If you've enjoyed this, let me know. If if any suggestions as well, let me know. I'm always up for improving. So that's me anyway, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.